Friends, have you ever wondered how an entire nation of slaves found freedom from one of the most powerful empires on earth? This isn't just a story, it's a testament to a power far greater than any king or army. This is the story of the Exodus, the incredible moment when God delivered the people of Israel from slavery in Egypt with a mighty and outstretched hand. Our story begins in the grand, imposing throne room of Pharaoh. Imagine the scene. Moses, a humble shepherd, stands before the most powerful man in the world. He isn't there with an army or with threats. He carries only a simple staff and a powerful message directly from God: "Let my people go." But Pharaoh, blinded by pride and arrogance, looks down on this messenger and his God. His heart was hard, and he flatly refused. He couldn't imagine releasing his source of free labor. This refusal would set the stage for a divine confrontation that would shake the foundations of Egypt. Pharaoh's stubbornness was met with a series of staggering demonstrations of God's power. These weren't mere coincidences or natural disasters, they were targeted judgments. Plagues sent to break Pharaoh's will and show everyone, from the lowest servant to Pharaoh himself, who was truly in control. First, the lifeblood of Egypt, the Nile River, turned into blood. The water became undrinkable, the fish died, and a foul stench filled the air. Then, a disgusting tide of frogs emerged from the river, swarming into every corner of their lives, their homes, their bedrooms, even their ovens. Still, Pharaoh would not relent, so the plagues continued, each one more severe than the last. Swarms of gnats and flies descended, making life unbearable. A terrible disease struck Egypt's livestock, a core part of their economy and sustenance. Yet the animals of the Israelites remained untouched. Then came boils, painful sores that afflicted the Egyptian people. After that, the sky unleashed a storm of hail, so destructive that it shattered crops and trees, everything left exposed in the fields. It was a storm of fire and ice. Following the hail, a terrifying swarm of locusts came, a massive, buzzing cloud that devoured every last green thing the hail had missed, leaving the land barren and desolate. An eerie, supernatural darkness then fell over all of Egypt for 3 long days, a thick, tangible darkness that left people isolated and terrified in their own homes. Yet, through all of this, Pharaoh's heart only grew harder. He became more defiant, digging in his heels, refusing to admit defeat. Finally, God announced the last and most devastating plague, one that would strike the heart of every Egyptian family. The angel of death would pass through the land and claim the life of every firstborn son, from the son of Pharaoh on his throne to the son of the captive in the dungeon. But God provided a way of escape for his people. He instructed the Israelites to take a spotless lamb and mark the doorposts of their homes with its blood. This act of faith, this sign of obedience, would be their protection. That night, as a great cry of mourning and anguish rose up from every Egyptian household, the angel of death saw the blood on the doors of the Israelites and passed over them. This event became known as the Passover, a memorial of God's deliverance that is still celebrated to this day. The weight of this final, terrible plague was too much for Pharaoh to bear. The loss was personal, it was devastating, and it finally broke his pride. That very night, he summoned Moses and Aaron and didn't just allow the Israelites to leave, he urged them to go immediately. And so, under the cover of darkness, an entire nation of slaves walked out of Egypt. They didn't sneak away, they marched out, carrying their belongings, their children, and the promises of God in their hearts. A nation of slaves, after 430 years of bondage, was finally on its way to becoming a nation of promise, led by God himself in a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. But their journey to freedom was far from over. No sooner had the Israelites left than Pharaoh's grief turned to rage, regretting his decision. He rallied his elite force, 600 of his best chariots, and his entire army, and thundered after them. The Israelites, now trapped between the pursuing Egyptian army and the vast, incrossable Red Sea, were filled with terror. They cried out to Moses, "Were there no graves in Egypt that you have taken us away to die in the wilderness?" Their newfound freedom felt like a death trap. But Moses stood firm and declared, "Do not be afraid. Stand firm, and you will see the deliverance the Lord will bring you today." Then God commanded Moses, "Lift up your staff and stretch out your hand over the sea to divide the water." As Moses obeyed, a mighty east wind blew all night, and the waters of the Red Sea parted, piling up like two great walls on either side, creating a path of dry ground right through the heart of the sea. In absolute awe, the people of Israel walked through the sea on dry land. Once they were safely on the other side, the Egyptian army charged into the same path, confident they could catch them. But their pursuit was their undoing. God commanded Moses to stretch out his hand again, and the watery walls collapsed. The sea returned to its full strength, crashing down and swallowing Pharaoh's entire army. Not a single soldier, not a single chariot survived. On the far shore, standing in the safety of their freedom, the Israelites watched as God delivered them completely. Miriam, Moses' sister, took a tambourine and led the women in a dance, and all the people lifted their voices in a powerful song of praise, singing, "The Lord is my strength and my song. He has given me victory." The story of the Exodus is a powerful reminder for every one of us. It shows us that no situation, no obstacle, no enemy is too powerful for God. The Israelites were facing an impossible situation, trapped with nowhere to go. But God made a way where there was no way. What He promises, He will always fulfill. Whatever your Red Sea moment is today, whatever feels impossible or overwhelming, remember this story. Trust in Him, have faith, and He will part the waters and lead you through to the other side. Thank you for watching this journey with us. If this story encouraged you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that builds faith. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stand firm and see the salvation of the Lord.